So, today we're going to be installing this rear glass in a 95 Ford F-150. Okay, so a few things I got for this is some soapy water, just to get the basic clean going on it. See, some paper towels, a scraper in case I need it, and I got some clear glass, invisible glass cleaner with a sock. So the first thing we're going to do with this is clean the edge. I'm not worried too much about the actual glass itself. I just want the window probably a good 2 or 3 inches all the way around. Make sure that edge is real clean. There you go, stop. Ooh. I can't remember that dog's name. It's a she, her. One thing you want to make sure you get is any rubber left over from the previous install. This was gotten from a, I don't know if gotten's the right word, but it was acquired from a junkyard. So basically we've got this clean. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the rubber seal. This is the type of window that has a rubber seal. You don't put it in with glue or whatever stuff's called. But next thing we're going to do is put the rubber seal on here, on the window first. And by the way, I didn't know this technique before I saw the video, so I'll post a link to the video that I seen down in the description so you can watch it as well. So if you don't have one of these little hand scrapers with the little blades in it, something else you could use that helps out really good is a hand plane that you use for wood. Something else that helps get the stuff off the edge there is some steel wool, and it doesn't seem to scratch the glass at all, so very useful. Once you get your rubber seal onto the window itself, you want to take your rope and put it inside the groove on the window seal. You want to start at the bottom and work your way around. Which way it doesn't matter, but you do want to start at the bottom. And on your end piece, you want to leave a pretty long tail, at least about 4 or 5 inches, so you can grab onto it easily. Now in the footage that I shot here, I'm actually putting it into the wrong groove. I should have put it on the upper groove, or the one closest to the interior. You'll know it's the right seal because the rope will pop into it and be very tight. You want to start by pulling either the tail end or the spool side where your rope's at, and you want to start pulling slowly. You also want to remove the interior plastic all the way around the window. While you're pulling on the inside, you want someone on the outside, holding the window of course so it doesn't fall, but also pushing in on the window towards you and pushing down on the window so it helps it pop into place. You need to make sure the person on the outside is pushing inward where the rope is pulling the seal on the inside. The reason we had to use a rubber mallet here is because the glass had popped out of the rubber seal at the bottom. So it's very important to make sure you go slow and take your time and make sure that the glass is in the rubber seal on the outside properly. You see me struggling and grab a hammer to wrap the rope around because it was hurting my hands. If the glass was in the rubber seal, this probably wouldn't have happened. It's in. Can't believe it did that. That makes sense now, though. Ooh.
Papa.
That noise.
Glass grind, sure, hopefully.
Papa. Is that like a
Oh wow, the glass is actually outside of it, literally. I thought you just meant it wasn't all the way in. I see what you're saying now. Hold it up a little bit, please.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Just tell me you can't see it.
Well, that was fairly successful. That's a big mess. Alright, so it is the next day, and the window is in fine. One thing I will say is you want to make sure the glass is in the outside strip very well, because that's what happened. This folded under the glass, and my dad had to take some screwdrivers and pry that back out. Not a huge deal, but you do want to make sure that that doesn't happen so you don't have to go through that trouble. So who would have thought that a little rope from a big box store would help us out so much in installing that rear window? Luckily I found the video on it, and if I wouldn't have found it, we would have been doing it with screwdrivers, which would not be very fun. This little trick worked phenomenally despite the fact that we had that little hiccup with the glass popping out of the rubber. Make sure you go down into the description to check the link if you want to see the original video that I watched. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please drop a like on the video. It'd be much appreciated. And as always, hopefully you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you later. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it. It'd be much appreciated. And as always, hopefully you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you later. This trick worked phenomenally. Now there's a plane going over. If this little trick was helpful, drop a like on the video. It'd be much appreciated. Other than that, hopefully have a fantastic day, and we'll see you later. I'm gonna do one more time. One more.